recording stall.
Oh no! They're coming in through the back door! Oh no! Oh no! Grab the children! Save the children!
Hey everyone, Chris here. It's your friendly neighborhood fish guy. I realize it's been a little while since we've updated you on any of the fry or the reptile babies that we have here in the fish room. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're also going to show you the 2 new fish and the new reptile that we've got here in the fish and reptile room. So stay tuned.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, let's go see if we can make this little kitty purr.
Let's start with these fry here. We have 2 pairs of red terriers in this tank, separated by a DIY divider. Both pairs are still very young, the females only being about 4 or 5 inches long, and the males are around 8 or 9 inches. They both happen to spawn at the same time, so we have a ton of fry in here. The cool thing is, one day the pair on the left will have the majority of the fry, then a few days later, the pair on the right will have the bigger cloud. We also have some red terriers growing out in this 10-gallon from our first breeding about a month ago. The ones still with the parents eat whatever food fall from the gills of the parent fish. These here I feed on a mix of flake, crushed pellets, and tubifex worms. The next fry we have here are yellow jacket cichlids, or Freddy cichlids. These are about the same age as the bigger red terrier fry. Their parents started to eat them and then fight each other, so they ended up getting moved to separate tanks and out to the big tub. We'll see how they do, and we may do another breeding later. These guys also get the crushed flake, pellet, and tubifex worm diet that most of the rest of the fry in the fish room get. Next up are our albino Aeneas cory fry. We have about 50 or so between this 10-gallon tank here and another 10-gallon tank just like it. These guys get the crushed flake, crushed pellet, and tubifex worm diet as well. We also get a ton of ram's horn snails that populate in here due to the overfeeding trying to grow these guys out. The adult albino cories, as well as a few of the babies that we kept from the last breeding, are in this 55-gallon here with our guppies. Which brings us to our next fry. This is a strain of orange cobra guppy that we're working on. This tank had a really bad calamanus worm outbreak that devastated the population of almost everything in here and even took a bad toll on the plants. Fortunately, I was able to get it taken care of with a pretty heavy levamisole treatment. Now the population is doing great and making an awesome comeback. We've got multiple generations of fry in here, and even the ghost shrimp are starting to repopulate. We were at one point down to only 2 or 3 of those ghost shrimp. The plants have also made a very good comeback, and we've even added in a couple new types of crypt as well. And lastly, for babies here at GAR, we have our leopard gecko eggs. We've got 3 pairs of eggs, 1 from each of my females. The 2 bigger eggs should be hatching anytime now, and the other 4 eggs still have about a month. We'll take a closer look at the adults as well as the babies once they start to hatch. We've also acquired 2 new fish and a new reptile, so let's take a look at those. We got this little fella here. He's a red Texas cichlid. We actually picked him up from PetSmart. He was mislabeled as a flower horn, so I got him for $7 instead of the $35 they usually ask for the red Texas. He's been quarantined here in this 10-gallon for about 2 weeks now, and so far is doing quite well. He's eating pellets, earthworms, and shrimp pieces. He's got quite the little personality already. It'll attack the water change hose, and it'll even try to attack me sometimes. I need a name for this little one, but I'm not sure if it's a male or female, so if you have any type of gender neutral names, please suggest them in the comments below. We also picked up this red devil here for a breeding project we're doing. He's about 7 or 8 inches long, and again, he's got quite the personality as well. We also need a name for him, so if you have any type of names, please comment them down below. I'll be doing a more in-depth video on him and the breeding project that we're doing with him once I see if the pairing works. Our newest acquisition is this ball python here. It has some really cool little markings and faces in its patterning. And we've also been wanting a new snake in the reptile room here. Plus it was on sale, so all the pieces just kind of fell in place for this little guy. I've got an awesome setup that I'm working on for the ball python, as well as some other projects that we're doing around here. So make sure you've got that notification bell hit, as well as that subscribe button. That way you see all of our upcoming content as it comes out. Y'all have a good one.